Hey, welcome. If you've just landed in the US and you're trying to figure out the whole bank account thing, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to break it all down step by step.
Okay, let's get right into it because this is the big question, isn't it? Checking or savings? What do you actually need first? And here's the thing. The answer isn't just picking one. The real secret, especially for new arrivals, is that you're going to need both. But, and this is the important part, you've got to open them in a very specific order to really build a solid financial footing.
All right, so first up, let's talk about your financial workhorse, the checking account. Honestly, the best way to think about this is like your digital wallet. It's the thing you'll be using pretty much every single day. Yeah, so a checking account is really built for money that's always on the move. It's like the central station for your finances. Your paycheck lands there, and all your payments, rent, phone, groceries, go out from there. It's really the engine that powers your daily financial life here in the US. And these are the features you're going to start using like immediately. Most employers in the US, they're going to require direct deposit. That's how you get paid. Your debit card, that's your key to, well, everything, from buying coffee to getting cash out of an ATM. Bill pay helps you automate your rent so you never have to worry about being late. And all those apps for paying friends back, like Venmo or Zelle, yep, they need a checking account linked up to work. And here is the absolute best part, the huge advantage for anyone who's just arrived. A lot of banks will actually let you open a basic checking account with just your passport and some proof of your address. So why can they do that? Well, it's because these accounts usually don't earn interest, which means the bank doesn't need a tax ID to report anything to the IRS. And that right there makes it the perfect first step for you.
Okay, so let's move on to the second piece of your financial puzzle, the savings account. If your checking account is your wallet for today, think of your savings as your safety net for tomorrow.
Right, so this account has a completely different mission. It's the place you park cash that you don't need for your day-to-day expenses. Its whole purpose is just to sit there and hopefully grow a little, building up an emergency fund for those unexpected costs or helping you save for bigger goals down the road. It's kind of like your personal piggy bank, but, a bit more official.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. Unlike a checking account, a savings account actually pays you. It earns interest. You'll see this called APY, or annual percentage yield, so your money literally grows over time, even if it's just a little bit. It also usually has withdrawal limits. Now, that might sound like a bad thing, but it's actually a feature designed to stop you from dipping into it too often. And maybe most importantly, it can give you overdraft protection. This is a lifesaver, trust me. It can save you from big fees if you accidentally spend a little too much from your checking account.
Okay, so here's the catch. And this is exactly why this is step 2, not step 1. Because your savings account earns interest, that interest is actually considered taxable income. And that means the bank has to have your social security number, your SSN, or an ITN to report those earnings to the government. That's the reason you usually can't just walk in and open one on day one.
All right, so we've looked at the two main pieces. Now let's put it all together into a really simple, actionable plan. This is the exact playbook you should follow the moment you arrive.
It's honestly this simple. Step 1. As soon as you can, maybe even the day you arrive, go to a bank with your passport and proof of address and open that checking account. That gets your financial engine running. Step 2. While you're using that account, get started on applying for your tax ID. And step 3. The moment you get that SSN or ITIN in the mail, head right back to the same bank, show them your new number, and open up a savings account. And why do I keep saying go back to the same bank? Well, this number right here is a huge reason, $144. What's that about? So a lot of banks will charge you a monthly fee, maybe around $12 just for having a checking account. But, and here's the trick, they'll often waive that fee completely if you link it to a savings account at their bank. You do the math, $12 a month is $144 a year. That's money that stays right in your pocket.
Let's make this real. Take Maria's story. She arrives on a visa and boom, opens a checking account right away with just her passport. While her paychecks start coming in, she applies for her tax ID. About 6 weeks later, it shows up in the mail. So she goes back to her bank, opens that savings account, and sets up a little automatic transfer. Say $100 every time she gets paid. Pretty soon, she's got a nice little emergency fund growing, and because the accounts are linked, the bank stops charging her that $12 monthly fee. It's just a perfect example of how the plan works.
Okay, so now that we know the right way to do it, let's talk real quick about the common mistakes. Seriously, avoiding these traps is just as important as following the right steps.
This is, without a doubt, the biggest mistake people make. Don't wait. You need a checking account right away to get paid, to pay rent, to live.
You can and you absolutely should get that financial hub set up on day one with nothing more than your passport.
Okay, mistake number 2. Once you start to have a little more than a month's worth of expenses saved up, just letting it all sit in your checking account is not a good move. Why? It's not earning you a single cent of interest. In fact, with inflation, it's technically losing a tiny bit of value every day. You've got to move that extra cash over to savings and let it start working for you.
And finally, please don't forget this last simple step. Linking your 2 accounts at the same bank is so important. It gives you that critical overdraft protection we talked about, and like we just saw, it can save you over $100 a year in fees. It's a no-brainer.
So, to wrap it all up, this table really makes the difference crystal clear. Think of it this way. Checking is your wallet. It's for daily spending, earns 0 interest, gives you unlimited access, and you often don't need a tax ID to get started. Savings is your safety net. It's for your future goals, it earns you money, has limited access, and you almost always need that tax ID. The big trade-off is really access versus growth.
So the most important thing to remember is this. It's not a choice of checking versus savings. It's checking and savings. They're a team, right? One handles your day-to-day offense, making sure the bills get paid, while the other plays defense, protecting your future. You really need both of them working together to build real financial stability here.
So there you have it. You've got the blueprint for setting up your banking foundation. But once that's all set, a whole new challenge pops up. Your bank accounts are ready to go, but is your credit score ready to build? Because that's the next critical step on your financial journey here in the US.